السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد نبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome all of you back with your program Fatwa Live that comes to you from Mishka Center in Houston, Texas. And this is the first part that comes to you. The first question today: if somebody has his janaba, the major ritual impurity, and need to perform ghusl, but there is not a place where he could hide himself. If he make ghusl, then he will show his private part. If he made tayammum, it will be with the existence of the water. How are we gonna solve this problem? So I say, who answers, the tayammum should not be for those who find the water and he is capable to use it unless there is something beyond his capability. So when is it allowed to use the tayammum? When there is no water or the ability to use the water. Maybe he's wrapped, he may be a prisoner, he could be sick. So if there's a reason not to be able to, then become to a tayammum. Originally, the purification with the water. When there's unable, then you go to the dust, which is the tayammum. So this person, the problem is the place that he is using. Allah Azza wa Jal did not make it hard for you. Find a place where you could hide from people. So take some water, go to a bathroom or public area, or and dry it very quickly. Well, try your best to cover your private part. Let the water pass by, but with something to cover you. Any place that you make ghusl, then choose it. But make sure that you dry it, you keep it clean, because as a Muslim, you're supposed to keep everything clean. There's always a saying: if there's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. The second question about the private part of a man or the woman. Can you clarify that? The private person for the between the belly button to the knee. It's not part of the private part, and the knee is not part of the private part. And Hanafi only, it is part. The thigh, it's private part. Because what Ahmed got in his book that the Prophet ﷺ, so Jordan, he have covered his thigh. So he said, cover it because the thigh is part of the private part. They said that the Prophet ﷺ said to Ali, don't look to the thigh of a person, life or dead, that it is a private part. No one. There is a saying about the narration or the connection, but they are strong with other hadith of the same meaning. Sheikh Al-Bani says, most of it strength in each one. No one of them is accused of lying. It's just between the weak that is possible. Because of the different ways, then it is all, and the Hakim has a corrected one. and tell me uh, they have different sayings on this, but that's for the men. As far as the woman, all her body is a private part. The exception is the face and the palms of the hands, and that's for the disputed items. And the clothes should be covering everything except for the face and the palms of the hands. It should be wide, not describing or showing the body inside. It should not be too much perfume or something that's going to attract people or look like the men's clothes, nor the prostitutes or non-Muslims that are known for their disbelief in Allah, and that's their trademark. The, the following question about does that mean that woman should not eat with the brother of her father or her husband and her husband? That means it's you are expected evil because it could get to the woman and to be close to her. The hamu is the relatives of the husband, except for the father and the kids. These are considered mahram for the wife, so she could cover and everything. But others are not uh, people that she could cover or be isolated with them. The cousin, the brothers, it's all from the hadith that is narrated. And people's traditions that to take it easy on these issues. And they are isolated with their brother's wife, and that is the death, as the Prophet ﷺ described it. Because that's the same thing like a stranger. Now, as far as the eating, with no isolation, no doubt, with the respect and the husband's existence, then it is allowed, inshallah. The final question. I work as in a call center, and my work nature that I help uh, the customer and I help them uh, to pay their bills, but some of it is has something that are forbidden. If not forbidden, it'll be like something that are or something. Sometimes there is like stolen items. Uh, so, what is the rule about working with that? If all of these are minor, meaning they are seldom, but it happens, and you cannot stop it, and you need all that work, and you don't have an alternative. So it is okay to stay at that work with purification of what you think is a part that is forbidden or those impurities. And you have the intention that you will find a different work that's going to be more purifying for your earning. And there's a matter about the insurance. It is from the things that are forbidden in Islam, but it is allowed when there is necessities. It does not have to be the life and death, but the need is enough. Just like it's allowed. If this is part of a contract, if you bought an instrument and there's insurance that comes with it, then it is okay, m- because it comes not as independent. And also the things that are forced by the law, or following another contract, or the one that has the need. All of these are allowed, like the medical insurance. You need it. It's the same rule. It is not good contract, but because the importance of saving the soul and protecting the body, and it's very hard to do any kind of medical establishment without insurance, then it is allowed. And this is what most of the fiqh committees accept. Somebody said, I have inherited some money from my father, and it was put in the bank by the government. Now I can take it, but it has doubled because of the interest. And this is not an Islamic, so it is forbidden to take the interest. And I take only the principal. I will take it, and I will take the interest, give it to a girl that I know that her parents cannot get her married. Maybe she could use it so she could get married in 10 years from now. I will provide by putting it to help her because I know she can't get married. Now I have an emergency. I need to borrow money. I don't need to take a loan from this interest. It is forbidden on me to take a loan from these interests for a personal use, and I will put uh, that I will return this money back in a certain period, which is 1 year, and I'm capable of doing it. Is that forbidden to do that? To take that loan from personal use, from the money that I have, that came from the interest. Inshallah, there's nothing wrong with what you said. The rule that the haram, you get rid of it by directing to the public areas. But whomever who's poor, he can take what his need is. And it is allowed to take a loan until there is a need, or to let it back whenever he can. And it is more if this is the father, and he said he's taken the rule of some of the scholars who allowed it, because I know he said in his book, for those who have the money that is from it, to make sadaqah on himself and his kids if he is poor, and to take his need. Ibn Rushd al-Maliki, but the inheritance does not purify the wrong money, and this is the correct that is directed. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah says that about a man, he left his money and his kid, whatever he knows riba, then he take it out. And it's better to leave it. And if it is mixed, and there's no which is, then you take it, then you take half. Wallahu alam. The following question. An engineer, he wants to work to renovate a hotel. And we know what happened in the hotels. Of the things that is not permissible. Is that work halal? So I tell him, hotels, it is a place for to reside for those who are traveling and workers, and that is allowed in Islam. So if it is to renew it on the origins of it, because the hotels, what it is happening. But now, if there is something that is publicly that's going to have a bar or something then you don't work on that part. If he can't, and it was minor for the project, inshallah you have the permission because of the greatness of the calamity to purify his money with given part that's equal to the percentage that is haram. What about if a masjid take money? If the masjid that has somebody is doing fundraising in a different masjid, is it okay to take some of that money? Well, if it is agreed between them or is known, it is okay. Because of the need of both for their own expenses. But it has to be with knowledge. It has to be known with because the one who donate he is for that area, then you should not get it to others except with his knowledge. And the scholar said the intention of the person who gives, just like the legislator. In general, it is okay to do it, but you have to make it known to those who donate and with agreement between the two centers. What about the rule of killing the insects like spiders and flies? And it is it's a tradition. Yes, it is. Because anything that's harmful, you could get rid of it. If saying everything comes with this sustenance, is that true? When there's a newborn, yes, it is true. Allah said we give sustenance, and with them, meaning the newborn. When the person is in the womb of his mother, Allah sent the angel, and He ordered to write four statements: his age, his sustenance, his happy, not happy, his age. Nothing is decreased, nothing is added. Do the mother and father get any reward if their son memorized the Quran and they are not memorized the Quran just because they were patient on the expenses of the sheikh and the appointments and the to take them to the appointments? Yes, of course. Whoever helped and spend and encourage and entice to do that, they will get reward too. G- g- Good gliding for the fathers and the parents who emphasize and push their kids to memorize the Quran, to be people of the Quran. Yes, it will be in their book of the Day of Judgment. If the filth on the carpet, if it is dry, does it stop accepting the prayers or the place? You have to move the najasa on the place of the prayers and his clothes and his body whenever you remember and the capability. What you can't move and you pray and you forget about, your prayer is accepted. Allah Alam. Amazon in the West sells good prices and installment, and it helps in technology for uh, uh, the occupiers in Palestine. Do we deal with them or not? Well, the podcast is something that is in the hand of and it's very important tool that is working to stop the aggression. But it's one of those the politics that you have to look into all the interest, not just the bucket, and to see what is going to get. Like a company of this big, if you look at it, I am the one who is losing more than I'm gonna hurt those. And this one is general, not only that's part of what they do. Uh, and they do so many great things, but part of it is the support of the army. And anyway, if you can have alternative, it'll be much better and get better for you and more satisfied to Allah and away from any doubt. So we come to the conclusion of this first part. Inshallah, we'll continue a couple of hours. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك ونتوب إليك.